There's going to be times when you're trying to accomplish something of meaning or you're working at something of value in your life where you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel super frustrated. This is what's commonly referred to as the wilderness period. When you're like, what's going on? I mean, nothing is seeming to happen. Nothing feels like it's working. This is a really, really important message if you're striving in any fashion. And matter of fact, if you're not having these periods of time, you're probably not really purposely doing something of substance because you have to have these. You see, every journey to an accomplishment, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's an accomplishment, something you have not achieved before or acquired before, then it's going to push you, right? You're going to have stages in development of the process of accomplishing whatever this is. And it's not going to be a straight line. You already know that, but it's not even that it's going to be a curly line. You're going to have progress and then you're going to plateau. And then you're going to progress and you're going to plateau. And sometimes you dip in those plateaus. And sometimes you take a step back. And sometimes you fall right on your face. And you fall totally off the wagon, however you want to refer to it. The thing to recognize is that these periods are massively important because alongside of this achievement graph that you have when you're climbing to do something is the development graph, or what I would call the becoming curve, which is behind it, right? And if you're being purposeful to really work on yourself as you're doing something, you can accelerate the becoming curve. But irrespective of that, it's the primary thing that matters most. You see, in these periods, when you are really, really struggling, this is when you're growing inside. You're growing in a lot of ways. Your character is getting stronger and you're learning things. It's part of the process. You see, when you accomplish something, it's wonderful, right? I mean, you have maybe a few moments of feeling ecstatic, perhaps a day or two. It depends on what it is and how epic the thing is. But really, accomplishing something just means now it's time to start something else. It's really what it means. It's an end of something. And it's temporary. And so, yeah, you should enjoy the journey as much as you can, but recognize the value of the journey is who you are becoming in the journey. You see, who you become during that process, that's more permanent. That becomes a new level of you that you can then step off from for whatever else you pursue, right? It becomes proof to yourself that you can do it. You now have a stronger will, a stronger character. You have more learning, which makes you better able to do the next thing that you try to do that's going to put you right back into one of those periods of total wilderness, right? You can talk to anyone who's accomplished anything of substance in any fashion, and they will tell you that there were many, many periods of time when they were like, what the heck is going on? I mean, is this ever going to happen? Is it ever going to work? Can I really do it, right? People who accomplish, they don't get to accomplish without that. That's part of the journey, right? And the unfortunate part is when we are younger and less wise, we look at those times as reasons why it's not going to work for us, right? We look at it as confirmation about why it's not going to happen, and we give up. Man, that's painful, right? When in fact, that is confirmation that we're actually in the midst of the success, since success requires it. You cannot have success without it. So when you are in that lost, stuck, frustrated period, I'm not telling you to be joyful like, oh boy, this is great, but try to keep it in perspective that it actually is, that it actually is a good sign, and it actually is something you have to go through. I hope that was helpful for you.